We had to buy drug dealer scales, right, to be able to weigh out crispy onions by the half gram. So he's there, just sprinkling, a handful of a little sprinkle of crispy onions and going, right, that is that weight and that is that cost. And that needs to go into my spreadsheet. He did that across the entire menu range. Scott basically said, make me the operational director and I'll fix all your problems and I'll streamline this whole thing. Show me what you can do then. And he just went out streamlining everything and he built some really complicated systems. I mean, his spreadsheet, we recently spoke to a company who would be looking at managing inventory, stock management, everything else. This is a company that spent millions of pounds developing an app. And eventually they said, the systems that we've got are too complex for them. They're not ready for it, right? So it wouldn't work. But they basically said, what you've got is a spreadsheet. Ours is an app because they've basically made it look pretty on the outside, but it works off a spreadsheet that is very similar to yours, which he created from scratch. And that spreadsheet takes the historical data from previous events, plus what's forecasted in his brain, puts it into this spreadsheet, which he built from scratch. And in it will then decide what stock we've got downstairs from the stock take, what stock is needed based on the forecast, based on how many people there is. This is per site and this is per brand. So if he says we're sending 10 different concessions to a racecourse and he estimates there's 500 people going to be sold from each one, I'm just throwing numbers out there, 500 people of sales going to be from each one of those, his spreadsheet will now tell him that you need this much crispy onions, this much fries, this much meat, this much, parsley to go on the top. And the only way he did that was to get every single ingredient that we've got across 25 brands, across multiple different menu options, and weigh every single ingredient. So he's there with, we had to buy drug dealer scales, right, to be able to weigh out crispy onions by the half gram. So he's there, just sprinkling, a handful of a little sprinkle of crispy onions and going, right, that is that weight and that is that cost. And that needs to go into my spreadsheet. He did that across the entire menu range, which took weeks. And then he took months building the spreadsheet, and his spreadsheet now tells him exactly what they need to pack downstairs. So the sheet I showed you downstairs is the sheet that's the printable version of his spreadsheet that's told them downstairs exactly what they need to pack for each brand, each concession, each site, everywhere.